Hi, everybody. Today is May 28th. It is me, Mr. Duclos from Citizenship Academy, and today we're going to do another social studies lesson. I'm here with a little lady who's taken a nap, and what we're going to do is learn about the three different types of communities that there are. So we learned in our last lesson a little bit about communities, but really there are three main types of communities. And we're going to go over those three, and then you're going to do a short assignment to figure out which community you live in. So right here I have a picture of three different types of communities. Already you can tell they're very different. The first type of community that we're going to go over is called a urban community. Urban. You try and saying it. Urban. Good. An urban community. Urban communities have lots of people. They have very big buildings. As you can see over here, we have big buildings. This is actually our city of Syracuse. They have public transportation. Public transportation is when a lot of people can get from one place to another using something like a bus or a train. It's something that everyone can use, that the public can use. And then most of the houses are apartments. So I have some pictures of cities here. This is a picture of Syracuse, the city that some of us live in, but not necessarily all of us. And this is a picture of a big apartment building. Every one of those windows is a different apartment. And this is actually the apartment that me, Mr. Duclos, that I lived in for 5 years when I lived in New York City. So that's the first type of community, an urban community. Lots of people, big buildings, public transportation, and living in apartments. The second type of a community is a suburban community or a suburban community. Suburban communities are often very near cities. They mostly have houses, although they can have apartments. They have a medium-sized population, so not a lot of people, but not a little bit either. And more people have cars, and there's not that much public transportation. So I have some pictures of a suburban community. So they're near cities. So this is what it might look like if you were in a suburban community. You would live in one of these smaller houses, but pretty close by you could see the big city. It's mostly houses. So as you can see, mostly houses. And there's more cars. So a lot of suburban communities will be next to a highway. Because a highway is where you go when you have a car to get from one place to another. So that's a suburban community. They're near cities, they're mostly houses, they have a medium population, and most people have cars because there's not that much public transportation. The final type of community is a rural community. Rural communities are really spread out. Sometimes you won't even see another house anywhere near one. You can have miles or acres of land in just one house. Oftentimes in a rural community, it's a lot of farms. It's not a lot of shops or stores. It's big open farms. And on a rural community, usually you have houses, some people live in trailers, and even some can live in barns if they've been redone. And so I have some pictures here of a rural community. So here you can see here's a house, and the next person lives so far away you can barely even see it. Here you can see again how spread out it is. And all of this is all farmland where they're growing things that we eat. And then this is another picture. All of this land, the entire picture, is from one house because it's a farm. They have things that they're growing, and they have cows. So those are the three main types of communities. We have cities or urban communities, we have the suburbs, and we have rural communities. Now go do the short quiz that I've had where I'm going to ask you a few questions to see if you know what type of community you live in. I can't wait to see your answers, and I'll see you later. Have a great day.